Amari Cooper has been kind of a forgotten commodity in the NFL. After being one of the best receivers for Dallas, he was traded to Cleveland, and it's been not the best start, but after probably a couple injuries and such, I think this year, especially with a little bit more consistent quarterback play with their starter for a little bit while he was there, definitely helped out his stats. But with Joe Flacco, I mean, he had a career day, a Browns franchise record, 11 catches, 265 yards, a couple TDs. And I mean, he said it with his chest post game that he is unguardable. I think he's one of the best route runners in this game, and that's how he is simply unguardable there. And he can really make those sideline catches, but just being there, being open, finding his way open, beating zones consistently is just such a luxury to have for Joe Flacco. We remember when he was with Baltimore, he had guys like Steve Smith, although at the tail end of his career, and then also Anquan Bolden. Those are when Joe Flacco really flourished, when they had those type of receivers. I thought Joe, at least the last 4 or 5 seasons, was washed. He was a backup role, and maybe he's still a backup quarterback, but what he's doing right now with the Cleveland Browns at 10-5, on the brink of the playoffs, I mean, this is just what a story is. And this was a day the defense wasn't really consistent either. It was really the offense minus Nick Chubb, minus their starting quarterback, minus countless other parts, especially in their O-line, which is kind of their part that they lean on. Especially the defense has been consistent, but now the offense is getting consistent after some turnover with countless other incompetent quarterbacks. If Joe Flacco is able to do this, lead the Browns into the postseason, and imagine them going into Baltimore, for example, that would be wild. I've always seen Joe Flacco on the other side with the Baltimore Ravens, but to go against the guy that replaced him, that would be pretty interesting to see. But I really like what the Browns are doing. I thought they would crash and burn after going to their 4th quarterback used this year, but they continue to ride defense. They continue to ride pretty decent quarterback play, at least for the last month. And what this means for the Cleveland Browns is that they have one hell of a coach in Kevin Stefanski. I mean, he had Baker Mayfield to start off, and he was able to help him out and get him back to being a pretty good quarterback, and they made the playoffs and won a playoff game on the road. They probably have to do that again to advance, but I really like what Cleveland is doing. They've been decimated at the quarterback position, but they're on the brink again of making the postseason. So I know Stefanski may not win head coach of the year, but he should get some consideration, absolutely.